Welcome to Jerkin Around. Today we're talking about, I don't even know, a bunch of things.
Stuff. Yeah.
Not happy times, good times.
We're
fake.
King.
A long apology. Nah, I'm just kidding.
No, we didn't
really
have
apologize.
a long apology.
Nah, I was kidding. I don't know what we talked about.
I don't know. It was just listen.
Random, Randy's.
Randy's.
Keep listening.
Do I say anything?
Oh my God, we're just being normal.
Oh, jerking around. Jerking
Do you
around.
want to get your headphones? We'll nail
Crystal takes her shirt off. Stick around. Should we say it at the same time?
Yeah. One, two, three. Jerkin Around.
A podcast with Teisha and Crystal. Yeah.
Have you seen on The Housewives where they do something, they'll get a drink or something because they want that part cut? And so if they do something,
No.
yeah. So when they're in the interviews, they'll if they like do something like they have to cut it. So if they ask a question and they don't like the way they answer, they'll be all, "I'm thirsty," and they'll do this, and then it like ruins the segment.
Oh.
Yeah.
To get it to be cut.
Yes.
I had no
Yeah.
idea.
Oh, I didn't either.
And it like shows.
How did you know that?
Oh gosh, too much. I don't know, because they'll like when like there's like a drama. Everybody like reality T and all that, or like look at they cut this.
Yeah.
This was supposed to be in the diary part.
I can always tell when it's cut weird. It's like the conversation doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
They'll be like in the middle of and then it'll be like, so my sister, and it's like, that didn't even flow, you know?
We have
Yeah.
a few of those.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally. I've listened. And I'm like, oh well, there was an edit, but young relationships.
Wait, real quick though, Kristen Cavallari posted like she does her podcast, and someone was like, can you address dating and give dating advice? And I want to be like, why are we taking dating advice from
someone single?
Divorced and dating a 24-year-old?
Oh, that's her whole podcast is about dating.
Yeah, but like, I feel like I want to listen to like happily married people for 100 years.
I know.
Or like someone dating and then got married. I don't know. I don't feel like it's the success story. I feel like we should be
like the $1
listening to
million
success stories.
matchmaker is single.
No, they want advice though. But why do we want advice from that? You know what I mean?
Because she's pretty.
Oh.
That's it.
Yeah.
It's stupid.
Well, like get advice then on like hair and workout. Not,
Well, they think she's dating that guy, and they're like, I want to date.
that guy.
I
Yeah.
want to do a video of our team doing that. Doing the song. People do it. It's so funny. And they each like turn, I'm dying inside, then the next person.
Yeah.
And like you do it.
Yeah.
Like what I say, I'm leaving. He always does the leaving, the one guy.
And then like the
And
mouths
not
aren't
coming
on.
back.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like a few people have done it, and it's so funny to try to be those guys.
Yeah. There was one I saw, and it was like her and him, and they were doing the one in the house, and then it went to the girl. I sent it to Kara, I think, and then it goes to like a girl like massaging her husband's feet, and like it's so funny. Like it's like all
but
the
that's like how they
cooking
got
and dinner,
famous. They sang a song on TikTok. That's it, and they've gotten so
They're famous because the way they look. If it was ugly,
that's so rude. Teisha.
I know.
We're gonna get a message on that. So a few people have asked us
you can't
why
sing
we
on
issued an
TikTok.
apology last week, and we tell stories sometimes, and sometimes we need to ask people if it's okay to tell their stories.
And we don't want to hurt anybody.
No.
That's not our mission.
But we try to be funny, and when people are funny,
when we make fun of each other,
a lot.
well, more she makes fun of me, but
Yeah, true. You don't really make. I'll cry.
Yeah. We don't want that. She'll call me later like, did you really mean that? And I'm like, no.
Oh, it's a whole cry. Like, you know what? I've been sitting here for 2 days and jerking you because I'll start jerking her, and then I'll be like, and you really hurt my feelings. And she's like, oh my gosh.
So, but
she's really nice. She'll be like, I did not mean to hurt your feelings. She's never like minimizing it. I do think like but we could give relationship advice about each other.
Friendship advice for sure.
yeah.
It's just funny. It's just funny.
Stop
For
it.
drink, I'm gonna have to cut.
Yeah. But like,
No.
it's true. So people have messaged me on our stupid videos that like our friendship is really special.
Mm-hmm.
The people that know us and are close in our circle will probably say they can't stand our friendship, but
What?
you need a minute? Do you want a
I'm
mirror?
just getting my. Oh my god.
What is that? Why are you doing that?
Because she's worked up about her role.
It's fine.
The roll?
It's fine.
I mean, my God, it looks like you're.
I know. I've got.
It's because you've seen my roll.
Well, I'm dressed in work clothes. I gotta go to work after this, and so I just usually am more comfy.
You look amazing.
So I'm feeling a little weird, like sitting here like this, and
That's how I feel every time.
Yeah.
That's how I want to go back to the table.
Yeah.
We might have to. Moving on.
Yeah, anyways, go.
Our friendship, though, like the way we communicate and stuff, I do feel like it's good. But we had the break, and we learned a lot through the break.
Yeah, I just think, well, I always want to, even Ben, I do it with Ben too. If I hurt somebody that I love, I'm not trying to hurt them. So if they're hurt, regardless if I meant to or not, I always try to address that wasn't my intent and like, I don't want to hurt them, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, but that's key. I think sometimes Kyle, I love him. He also yells about the podcast at times, but he doesn't do that, and it infuriates me.
He likes
to act like he didn't do anything wrong, and it infuriates me, like to a level that's like 10. Like it doesn't matter if you meant to or not.
It happens.
But he's so raised, like you don't make. I do everything right. Check. I do everything right. Check.
Yeah.
And I'm like, it's not that you didn't do anything right. It's just that it bothered me, so don't do it. And he's like, I didn't do anything. Yeah. And that is the most infuriating. And if he tells me, I'm like, oh, okay, sorry, I won't do it again.
Yeah.
That's it. But like when you feel not heard, it's enraging. Like so enraging. I feel that's like one of our biggest struggles is I don't feel heard sometimes. Now let's talk about it. You know? No, but it's true. I think that's a normal thing.
Yeah.
Like he's just like kind of always thinks he's right. He's going to be so mad about this, but it's true.
He's so funny. And he's such a listener too. Like
he's a jerky.
Like, he's supportive in his own way.
Yeah, but he like is the biggest not listener. Like Teisha knows because we talk to him together a lot. Like when it comes to getting a vacation booked, it's like we have to hear no.
We had a whole talk yesterday about it.
About what?
Oh yeah.
I didn't even know. About what?
About he doesn't want to go to the trip that we have planned because he said we're not going. And I said, we are going somewhere. We can maybe talk about where it is. If
he called you on his own.
Yes, to ask me about what sandwich to get Kennedy. And then he said,
text you, though.
We're not going to that. We're not going to that vacation. Ben doesn't want to go. I said, Ben didn't want to go to New York and had the best time ever. So I don't listen to Ben. And he goes, well, it's just too far. You're flying there for Florida for cheer. And then we are going to visit Crystal's family in July in New Jersey. So like 3 times flying to the East Coast. He's very worked up about it.
Yeah.
And I was like, because I said, why don't we go to Bahamas? He's, I'm not going anywhere with the casino ever again. And I said, okay.
He said that?
Yeah.
That's so rude. Yeah, we are. We're going to Tahoe.
Yeah, because he's really mad about the gambling with you. And then he goes, yeah, and then flying to the East Coast 3 times. So I said, well, we can revisit. Maybe we can find somewhere closer. But we're going somewhere. And I just told him that, and he was like, yeah. It's funny that I talk to him like that now,
well,
you know?
she can get farther with him than I can.
Yeah.
Because you, like, listen more, and I get enraged.
Yeah. Because
And
it's
you'll be
not
like,
my
yeah.
husband, so I'm not, like, affected by it, you know?
Well, I think you're similar to him, too.
Yeah. And I get it. And I said, Crystal does have to go to camp on Sunday, so now you'd be flying home a day early. So, like, that is kind of far to go if he can't miss work until Wednesday. Do you know what I mean? So I
when
said,
do I leave for camp?
Sunday. So we were coming.
It's so embarrassing. People ask me all the time, when are you leaving for? I'm like, I have no idea. They're like, how long do you have to be there? I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I have no idea. Like, literally, none. No idea.
Yeah.
I know Florida's soon. I have no clue when we leave.
So funny.
Is it 2 weeks?
It's the first weekend of May.
Yeah, it's the 30th.
Wait, you know it?
Because you've talked about it.
I know. I don't know it.
Well, only because you've...
I do feel like my weaknesses are getting greater. Like, I think because I do have a lot of great people around me that help me with my weaknesses.
So you're letting go of it even more.
Now it's gotten where it's just bad. Like, I can't write a text message to save my life or an email. Like, not even kind of. Like, I thought about leaving real estate again last night, and I was like, I don't think I could do another job. I'll get fired. Like, I'll send an email.
Like to parents, if
Yes.
you go back to teaching?
Yes. I will send an email and I'll get fired. Like, they'll be like, that teacher's illiterate. She...
No.
Yeah, like,
And if you had to do it, you could do
would.
it.
I would have to work at it again, though. I literally don't think I could do another job. So at work, I don't write a lot of emails or texts, just so everyone knows. They get done. They're just not done by me. I'm very good with the people. I'm very good with the stress. But I am not very good with emails or text messages. My brain goes too fast.
Written communication is not like you're strong.
My head is going way
Verbal,
faster than my hands or than my Siri. So it comes out so wrong.
Ken has that too. She reads slow like you, and so she like doesn't want to. read because it's so slow compared to her brain. And I'm like, you need to read more because the more you do it, the faster you're going to get. So
that's why reading on 2.0 changed my life, listening.
Yeah.
So now that I've been doing a lot of books like that, it's so much harder for me to read.
And I can't even listen to an audiobook because it's so slow compared to what I read. So I'm like, I got to read it because otherwise it's like, roar.
But on 2.0.
Yeah, I could do 2.0.
But yeah, it's interesting. So I'm not, those listeners, I'm not an idiot.
I don't think anyone thinks.
But I do think my strength of mine, and I learned it from Don Wilson years ago, is he said, did we talk about this in my
Yeah,
might have, but let's talk about it again.
People.
It's better to work on your strengths. They're going to get greater than working on your weaknesses. If you're working on your weaknesses, you're just going to say this is your strength or weaknesses. You're just going to kind of get here. But if you forget your weaknesses and work on your strengths, you're going to be really strong at something.
Yeah.
And that's a lot of kids with special, like kids that qualify for an IEP.
Neurodivergent.
Yeah, with a lot of learning disabilities. It's because they're so strong in one area and weak in another that the gap between the two areas is what qualifies them. But what's sad is the way we look at it is trying to do this. Not what you should do. Kids with that differential, you should focus on their strengths and run with it. They're never gonna compensate their weaknesses. Like my spelling, no matter how much I read, is never gonna be right. It's never gonna be right. I'm like fully dyslexic, I'm sure.
Yeah, I think you are.
So so I ignore that and I just find the right people that write beautiful emails, and they're never alone. Like even in text messages with our clients.
I can really write a great email, but then on the phone I'm all
and I can do the phone verbal.
Yeah.
I'm better with, my
I don't love the
mouth than Teisha is.
She's great at her
true.
mouth. Ask Kyle,
I mean,
Maybe reconsider that casino thing.
yeah, and the casino thing's annoying. I'm gonna get in so much trouble.
I shouldn't have told you.
No,
in a loving way.
it comes up all the time.
Yeah.
But it's like, I get it, but like you golf and it's very expensive, and you do these things and they're very expensive. This is just the one thing I like to do.
Yeah. And I feel like you've gotten better, but maybe I'm not around. Because I feel like you used to go to the casino more. I feel like you're going less.
I don't go, yeah. I go with my mom
I feel like there was a period where
it was weird.
It was getting bad. I feel like that was maybe in the fall and then the winter after your dad. I feel like it got...
After my dad died, I went, like, on the cruise, like, right after my dad died, not the best place.
Yeah.
So I think that's okay.
But I feel like you kind of hit the rock bottom and then you were like, I need to cut it back, right? Because I feel like it's better.
I did cut it back.
Yeah.
So I made a deal with myself that when I close on a house, so what happens in a deal, yeah, I did. I think it's great.
Take a portion.
$200.
Oh,
and
yeah,
I get to spend
nothing.
it. It makes sense, though, because in our business, you get excited when you get a listing. Yeah, I got the listing. Then you get it on the market. Yeah, it's on the market. Okay, great, I got an offer. You never stop worrying. You're worried the whole time. Is it gonna fall through? Is it this? Is it gonna approve? You never get that moment. Then by the time it closes, you've been so stressed about it for so long, you're like, next thing. You never get like a moment where you're like, I did it.
Yeah.
Like I was so stressed for so long and this worked out. So I used to want to go to dinner, but like if I go to dinner, I'm just gonna eat bad and it's not the right thing.
I don't. Yeah.
I don't try to celebrate with food because it's not the best. So there's not much other things. Like I don't want to get a massage. I want to go to the casino.
Yeah, I don't think $200 is bad.
No, and it's like totally like a plan. Like I'm very into a plan.
Yeah.
And it reminds me of Julia's like daily snack. She allows herself 200 calories of whatever she wants.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. We need to get Julia back on here to talk about nutrition.
Yeah, I agree. I like those pants, Dana.
Me too.
Target.
Yeah, I agree.
Really cute. Yeah, see, and the allotment. But if you tell me not to do something, that puts me in like a spiral. Like my mom not letting me have cookies as a kid. It like then I have 10 cookies when I see it. So the more he like makes me not want to gamble, the more I'm like, I'm gonna gamble.
Yeah.
I'm a very show you.
Ben's like that too. No one's gonna tell him to do something.
Yes.
But
like,
I'm all,
is the
but you're
worst
married
thing
to
for
someone
me.
that tells you what to do all the time. But he doesn't like, I present it in a way that he doesn't think that I'm doing that. But
Yeah, I feel like you let him feel like you're listening.
Yeah, for sure. He gets to do whatever he wants. I'm not like his mom.
Yeah.
Like Kyle's more of that than me. I think.
Yeah, and I'm not like that. That's what bugs me. I don't care what you do. You're a grown up. I'm a grown up. I should be able to make my own choices. And maybe because my parents were like very strict and I always did what I was told, I finally like am not doing what I'm told and I don't want to be told. It's like a very important thing to me.
Yeah.
I just need to put a Kyle head on you and act like I'm having this conversation with him.
Yeah.
So maybe he can understand. I don't like to be told what to do.
Well, he's gonna listen and he'll hear it now.
Yeah, there it is, Kyle. That's what bothers me. Don't
But
tell
we
me
love
not
you,
to do
and
something.
he's a great husband.
He is a great husband, but he doesn't love to travel. He actually loves to travel.
I feel like he's getting so much better.
Well, now, if like the average person thought that this is not liking to travel, it'd be like, you're a liar.
Yeah.
But no one sees the behind the scenes.
Like months of talking to him.
Yeah, we're going on that
Booking
trip.
things behind his
but
back.
we might need to
No,
look
I'm
at
just
it
kidding.
and see. But honestly, Kyle listened to the podcast about the kids and thought they sounded like entitled brats.
Yeah.
But what people don't see is that we do use our credit cards for work. And we do, I feel like it's an ad. I watch Kara and Nate, and they always do this ad about points.
Oh,
and I'm
yeah.
always like, I want it, because they're like,
Oh, I follow so many travel hack people. I'm like,
Yeah,
it's
that's
like,
how I feel.
And I'm all, put the points.
Yeah,
you know?
and Dave Ramsey actually disagrees with the points method.
Yeah.
It's better to just not have any
the
credit
cards
card.
can get out of control.
Yeah.
'Cause, these people open like 20 credit cards. I'm like, oh my gosh.
Yeah, but we do get a lot of times free flights and free hotels. So our travel is just expensive, which is expensive. I'm not gonna lie.
Right.
Like, especially Bahamas, the food and stuff there was very expensive. But we're really like, our Bahamas trip was free. Our Tahoe trip usually every summer is free.
Yeah.
A lot of our cheer trips are free because of points.
Yeah.
So we're not like, New Jersey is the one trip I have to usually pay for flight and somewhere to stay because it happens so late in the summer.
Yeah.
And it's the last thing I planned because he's already so mad about everything
And I don't
else.
feel like there's a lot of like Hyatt.
No, there's nothing.
Yeah, so you have to pay
It's at the shore.
Yeah.
So that one he's really annoyed at because it does cost money.
Yeah.
But it's like my family, and it's my family, and I love them, and I see them once a year.
Yeah.
And then he usually understands, but he's not thrilled. So I like that he at least knows New Jersey's happening. I've been going the last 8 years.
Oh no, he acknowledged it was happening.
Yeah, and every year he acts like, "You're going to New Jersey this summer?" I'm
I
like,
know.
Yeah, I've gone for the last 8 years.
He's so funny.
Yeah,
It's so funny.
Yeah, and every time he's like, "You're going?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm going. I just haven't brought it up because I didn't want to fight." But we're going.
So funny.
Yeah, so I went without him the last 2 years because he did have to take off work for other things.
Yeah.
But nobody really cares. This is a stupid talk about.
It's fine. No, people have fights in their marriage.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
don't
we
think
fight
it's
about
stupid.
travel. Well, Allie was saying she fights about travel too.
Yeah, I don't think it's stupid at
Travel's
all.
a huge fight.
It is, and I
And
think
gambling.
the other thing is being a business owner, both of you being business owners, sometimes people don't consider that, like, not only does it cost you money, this is not good for Kyle, stop listening, Kyle, but then you're not earning money.
Yeah.
So it's like, people get paid time off, but we don't, so it's a big deal when we go on
When,
vacation.
yeah, such a good point.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no paid time off. You're right.
Yeah, it's not like paid
You don't get that
vacation.
perk of-
No,
Yeah, exactly.
You're working the whole we work the whole vacation.
Yeah.
I always say, like, as a realtor, if you want to be busy, book a trip or like get sick and you'll be so busy. It's the craziest thing.
Yeah, you're so true. I always dream of like a set job with
Like
a salary.
that.
It like sounds like being on a beach with a salary, benefits, healthcare, and it's
The
all
healthcare.
It's all like the girl,
Yeah.
But then there's the you have to be there every day at a certain
Yeah.
time all day.
Oh, Ben, we switched our insurance again because he was mad. My kidney stones cost us like $10,000 because we had crappy insurance. Because I told him not to do crappy insurance, he didn't listen. And then because he acts like we're so healthy, I'm like, no, we're at the age now. There's only things wrong. Like, and so now we switched. So hopefully, if I get him again, it'll be better.
Yeah. I know.
He's real mad every time I want to do something. He's like, well, your stones, I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
That sucks.
Yeah.
Our healthcare is really expensive.
Yeah, so sorry.
But it's private, so it is what it is. But after Lincoln, I just think it's something you can't.
yeah.
She got to go to the best hospital, get the best care, because they had good insurance. And now, that was before things changed a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm trying not to talk about reality TV as much because I was listening and I bored myself on the last podcast. I was like, oh my gosh, this is boring.
I don't think it's boring.
But I do like to talk about, sometimes I don't want to talk about myself.
Yeah.
Like I think lately, because I will cry, it's just the truth.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm on a bike, just like pedal, keep pedaling, keep pedaling, keep pedaling. I didn't even tell you, my aunt in New Jersey had a major surgery yesterday. Oh no. It's getting like where it's really weird. Like every aunt of mine is going
Well, I think
through.
it's like the age.
It is the age. And this is something people don't talk about.
It's the transition from you are the kid to you're the parent.
Yes.
It's
You're
weird.
looking at your children, backwards at your children, and you're looking forward at your parents,
Yeah.
and you're like, they need my care, they need my care.
Yeah, it's like they're not taking care of you anymore. You're taking care of them. And then it's like the age that sounds like morbid, but like people start passing and having bad health things and it's just happening.
So my new fear now, because I always like worry about needing my husband too much. Oh, and that was another thing I got in trouble for. Kyle, I do need my husband. We talked about this last week, and I think this is a fair thing to talk about. I do fully need my husband, but I was raised, I can just be honest, because luckily not many people from my family listen to this podcast besides my cousin. Thank you, Kel. But my parents were married before each other. And some people in my family were. So when they were raising me, they all said, you need to be independent, living in your own place, paying your own bills for 6 months before you get engaged. It was like a thing my whole life. Like, you're going to be independent, you're going to buy a house, you're going to live on your own for 6 months before you...
So you didn't go from your parents to a guy.
Yes. And they had reason, because they a lot of people in my family got married young, got divorced, then married again, and it was like everybody in my family was married. So they're like, this is what we've learned. And as a woman, my mom had my brother with a guy that made a lot of money. Well, my mom, there was a few things, but she then she had to like rebuild with a toddler. And that's where my dad helped her pass her test. So I think she's very big on that. So I'm very big on, like, I've seen, even as an adult, I've seen girls that did stay home or do stay home, and they don't really know everything that's going on. And I'm like, if he left you, or even with my uncle passing, with my aunt, she was a kid when they got married. She's like,
I do worry about
so
that
hard.
with Ben. I made him like type out all the life insurance policies because I didn't even know our life insurance.
the things she's worried about.
I mean, let's be real. I am worried, you know? Like, if something happens to him, I'm like, shit, I don't even know where to get my money, you know?
Well, and I think
No.
it's important.
That sounds awful. That sounds
I'm just
awful.
being real. Like, I am worried about it, you know?
No, you do need to know those things.
Yeah, so
and
I
like
made
your
him type
mortgage.
them all out because that's what I mean. Because he is not that he's controlling, he's the financial guy. That's literally his job. So I feel like he's very in control of our finances. Like, I can do whatever I want. Like, I don't need to ask him for permission or anything, but he like pays everything and everything's handled through him. And like all our investment accounts, I don't even know where to find those. Like all the kids' accounts for
It's a
college.
big deal. Yeah.
I'm like, I don't even know those account numbers. Like, it's crazy.
It is. It's a big deal. So and my
yeah.
mom's having to deal with some stuff right now with my dad that she doesn't know, and it's
Ben
like
can help her.
It's like
Yeah.
other things, but like it's just a lot. And so I am very.
So you know girls that don't have a say. You were saying.
A lot.
Yeah.
And I feel like, especially when we were younger, I think the 40s, I love the 40s. I don't know about you guys, but
yeah.
I feel like the 40s, you really know who you are. You really are more focused on like success, and all that isn't as appealing. I feel like every day that's happening to me more. And I more crave like family time now that the clock is like going the other way with the kids.
Yeah.
You know, when they're little, you're like, oh my gosh, are you ever going to be able to go to bed without me?
Independent, yeah.
Are you ever going to be able, and now I'm like, hello, you know, like, do you
Yeah.
want to talk to me?
Yeah.
You know, it like totally flips. And I'm like, don't come and stay home tonight. Let's just talk.
Well, and
And
like,
they're,
it's
like,
more
out, you
fun
know?
with the kids and less work.
Yeah.
Like exhausting work. Like, it's still mentally exhausting because their problems are bigger, but it's more fun to be with the kids now.
Yeah.
Like, because you're not chasing them around a park, you know?
So I feel like the 40s is great in that way, and I think people are more comfortable. If you were married only a few years, you've figured it out by now. If you're married like 10 years, 15, you thought about all the things.
Yeah.
But when we were first early on, I feel like a lot of people didn't have a say, and there's something that I'm just like, have a say. If you stay home, you are helping the family so much. If you got paid hourly for how much work you're doing,
right,
you still have a say, you know, like, I just think that's so important. I think both of us, even in the beginning when we both stayed home,
Yeah.
I think we were more passive aggressive.
Yeah.
You know, remember when we were saving money to go to Taco Bell?
Yeah.
Like, now we're going to Taco Bell.
Well, and I want like my daughter to,
Me too.
and my sons, to see a wife having a say. Like, you're not in charge of everything. You
Well,
know?
Kyle's mom is like someone I very much look up to, and she always told me, she's so funny. She's like, if Lance ever went to a bar without me, he's done. Like, he went to a bar. Like, think about the things that girls let their boyfriends do, or husbands. Yeah. Like, if he went to a bar without her,
yeah, she tells the one story, like, he went to a bar one time, remember?
Yeah.
And we're all...
And everyone around her's like, huh? To
In
get
my
to the
20s,
punchline.
I'm all, yeah, he's at the strip club, but it's fine. Like, idiot, you know? Like, I was all, but he loves me, you know? Like, no.
My boyfriend in college was like, I'm going to do mushrooms on Tuesday. And I was all... And I hate drugs. Like, hate drugs. Like, hate drugs. And I was like, you're what? He's like, Tuesday? Don't call me all day. My buddies are coming over. I swear to God. I swear to God, and I hope if he listens, I'm not in trouble, but I get along great with all my exes, but this happened. And he was like, on Tuesday, my buddies are coming over and we're doing mushrooms. So we're going to be out of it all day. So don't call me.
And you're like, okay.
Yeah, and that whole day I was all, he's all, like it's awful.
Yeah.
But like, I didn't agree with drugs. I didn't want a guy doing mushrooms all day, but I was like, I love him, you know?
Yeah.
Now Kyle's all, I had one beer. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
Like without me, you know?
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't remember the point. What was the point?
It's so funny.
But I want, Bonnie always says like, and so did my mom. They always send that message like, I choose you. I don't need you. And they totally
Bonnie stayed at home too.
Oh, Bonnie's so the boss. Yeah.
She's so sassy.
Yeah, and Lance is sassy.
We tried to get her on. She said no.
No, I'm not going to be on that podcast. You talk about inappropriate things.
Yeah, and she's
She
like,
used to
I don't
listen.
want people to hear me. Yeah, she's so funny.
Yeah, but so I was telling Kyle, no, it's that I choose you. It's actually a compliment. Like, I don't just stay because I need you. I stay because I choose you. But let's be real. I totally need him. Like, of course, everybody does. Like,
Oh my God, I'd never have a coffee again. Like, it would just be,
yeah.
my leg wouldn't get rubbed every night. Like,
And for those husbands that don't do that, they're still needed.
Yeah.
Like I was talking to my friend today. She's like, he doesn't do crap around here. So I think like that's a blessing that Ben does that. Kyle doesn't do those things, but he's still a great husband. Like I think sometimes girls hear what other guys do and then they feel like their husband's bad, that he doesn't do those things, but it doesn't mean they're bad.
no, everyone's different. And Ben yells at me for not doing enough, which I do. But he'll be like, it'd be nice if somebody cared about the laundry around here. I'm like, yeah, that would be nice, but that's not where we're at, you know?
Yeah, I think yours is like the opposite.
Yeah, like he gets
He's
mad at
the
me.
guy going, what the heck?
Yeah,
You know?
he's all, you know? And I'm like,
Yeah, but it doesn't mean she's not a great wife because she helps in other areas.
exactly.
But I think there's like that because of Facebook and Instagram, it looks like men are so attentive and help with the kids and
Yeah, everyone's different. And every dynamic is different.
totally, it doesn't mean it's right or wrong.
No.
Because Kyle does a lot of the things I don't want to do. He's very responsible. Like that paper at cheer. I'm like, oh, I didn't do that. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think Kyle did.
Yeah,
I'm
he
like,
did.
oh. So anyways, but yeah.
But also like sometimes how things look on, like the person who was talking to us like, oh, you have to remind your husband. And we're like, yeah, 1,000,000 times. Like it looks like it's so amazing. But like behind the scenes, I'm like reminding him 50 times. And then he's like, you don't have to remind me. I'm a big, you know, like.
What does he say?
I'm a big boy. No, I'm just kidding. He doesn't say that, but that's what I was going to say. And then I was like, he doesn't say that. That's so weird.
That would be more Fox.
Yeah.
I'm a big boy.
Yeah, I know. And I'm like, yes, you are big, because he's not. You know, I feel bad. He's just a little buddy, you know? And I'm like, you're so big inside, you know? No, but then, yeah, like I'm always reminding him of things because he forgets all the time. And then he gets mad at me when I remind him. And I'm like, well, I'm like, I'd rather have you mad at me and get it done, you know? So
Yeah.
everyone has things.
A lot of things.
Yeah. It's not as great as it all
Yeah, I think it's just like,
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that stuff's, Kyle's been very helpful lately. We've actually taken a turn there. Like, very, very helpful. He's very good like that. He's so, like, with something he's so cute at, even though I yell at him, Maddie called me a bully last night. She said that, bully Kyle. Think about that. Think about that. Yeah, it must be TikTok.
Yeah.
I'm a bully. You bully him.
I
I'm
know
like,
all the terms that, like, I have anxiety. I'm like, no, you don't.
But the funny thing is, the reason I fight with Kyle is to stick up for the kids. So I need to get smarter and let.
Yeah, because they
I'm the
don't
bully.
even care.
They don't even care. They're just mad I'm yelling at him. So I got to stop bullying him. But in bullying, so like I'm the personality, I take and take and take and I snap. It's not my favorite quality. I do it with the kids. I do it with friends. I do it at work. We were just talking about that.
Yeah.
So I need to, and that's something I've talked about with, when I went, to counseling. One of the things is like, Ben kind of is my personality too. We need to talk about things up front.
Yeah.
And that's not my strength. I'd rather just push it aside, push it aside, push it aside. Like even like dumb things, like Teisha will be like, so-and-so asked you to do something. Did you ask when? No. Did you ask what time? No. I don't want to bother him. But like you're taking this kid, like,
Yeah.
And I didn't ask a thing because I didn't want to ask the question. But part of that is because when I was a kid, and this is like Kennedy, we talked about this, Kennedy and I are similar. When I would raise my hand and ask a question, I was lost a lot in class and I wasn't not paying attention. It drives me nuts when teachers say that. We just like our brains work different. So like I was so lost on the thing 5 things ago, trying to process it that I missed what you were saying.
Yeah.
Because I'm lost. And so I would raise a question and they'd be like, Were you listening? That's a stupid question. And then I feel like an idiot. So now I'm scared to ask questions.
Because you don't want to feel like an idiot.
Yes. So it's like a thing. And I'm sure Kendi feels like that. Because it's like a thing. When someone tells you ask stupid questions, I'm always scared that it was like an assumed answer that I'm missing.
Yeah.
Because I'm like not getting it.
I can't imagine going through school feeling like an idiot.
Oh, it's awful. It's so stressful.
I know, that makes me sad.
Oh, it's so stressful. And I'm like lost 24/7.
Yeah, because I'm like, I feel like, because I feel bad, but like, she'll like be like, hey, can you help me with this assignment? And I'm like, sure. And so I'm like asking her questions to like better understand what I'm going to be doing here. And she's like, I don't know. And I'm like, how do you not know?
I hope you don't say that.
Yeah. And now I
No.
feel bad because she's like, well, I don't know. And I'm like, and I kind of act like she's an idiot. But not an idiot, but like, you're not listening.
But you are listening.
Yeah.
I hate
and
that.
I'm like, how do you not know? I go, what's a persuasive essay? And she's like, I don't know. I'm like, well, what are the components? She's like, I don't know. And I'm like, how do you not know? Didn't they teach you? Like,
no, it's a lot. Like you can't comprehend
I feel
it.
bad.
It's just like reading. Like when they're talking out loud, you grab if your vocabulary isn't there, you're grabbing every other word.
she's just so street smart
Yes,
that
that's
like
same with
when
me.
I deal with her, she's the most with it of all my kids. That I forget that maybe like,
But they're different.
She's struggling.
Smarts.
Yeah.
I'm very street smart too.
Yeah,
I'm
she's
very
so
good at,
like with the program that I'm like, I never think that she's not.
But think of another kid who isn't street smart but is very book smart.
Yeah.
Like they're different things. I hate that. It's like when someone says an athlete's not trying. More than likely they're trying. There's something else going on. Like no one's not trying. Like they're not. They could have better effort. They could have this or that.
Yeah.
But it doesn't mean they're not trying. Like not trying is like you're giving zero effort. It's just the wrong words.
Yeah.
You know, like I think you could give more. That's
Yeah.
fine. But not trying is like so annoying. Just like kids that cheat. They're cheating because there's problem and they're trying to they want to be successful.
Yeah.
But a lot of times I was lost, so I was cheating to not get in trouble. But I wasn't cheating because I was lazy.
But you're still wanting to do good.
I'm wanting to do good.
So a cheater's better than not
A
giving
failure.
a shit. Yeah.
Yes, there's such a thing
Yeah.
with a cheater. They're trying to be successful and more than likely they're lost.
Yeah.
I'm like, see, I need to go back teaching because I really do understand kids so well. And it's like my passion because I was a kid that was lost. I was like, I get it.
Yeah.
So when I worked with kids with learning disabilities, it was like I was with my people.
Yeah.
And I was like, here's how you got to be successful. You don't need extra time for assignments. You need to work harder than everyone. You need to find a buddy and like team up. Those are life skills.
Yeah.
I always have a buddy with me that knows more than me.
Yeah.
Like,
I always
in
tell
all-
them, I'll go be partners with the kid that gets all
Yeah.
the smartest kid in the
You
class.
have to use your resources.
Yeah.
Like you really do. So, yeah. Don't
Yeah.
ask her though, like, are you paying attention? It's one of the rudest things. Because imagine when you are paying attention the whole time.
Oh, and I'm so rude about it. I'm like, were you listening?
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
that's how I say
with
it.
the face. That makes me feel like, yeah, I
And
was.
she's all, yeah, but I didn't really get it. And I'm all,
Yes. So imagine
and
you
I'm
are
all,
listening.
all right, I'll just Google it. Like, I'm so rude.
But you are listening. That was like the rudest thing for me. Because my mom and dad would do the same.
I can't understand what that's like, so it's hard for me to.
Yes. Imagine you're sitting there listening and then everyone's writing. There were so many times in school, everyone's like, I'm like, what are they writing? Like,
Oh,
what's
that's
everyone doing right
horrible.
now? Why are you writing something?
Oh, that's
Because I really
horrible.
didn't understand what they just said.
Yeah,
like,
that's sad.
I was listening the whole time. I didn't understand it.
And you're like,
Yes.
why am I behind everyone?
The whole day is anxiety all through school all the time. Why are they writing? What did
Yeah,
they
that's
wrote
sad.
down? Now I'm worried about what I'm behind at and I'm missing what they're saying again.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, what are they writing? What are they writing? I missed all of what she just said. Now I'm even more lost. And I'm like, oh my God. And you just want to cry.
Yeah.
And then they say you're not paying attention. And it's like, I am paying attention. I don't understand what's going on. And if you said that to a teacher, she would light you up. You don't understand? You weren't just listening right now. I went over all this and it's like, no, I did.
Yeah.
Like
These are all the reasons why I should never, ever, ever be a teacher, and why, like, during COVID when I had to homeschool, it was like, I withdrew a hydro flask. Like, it got crazy. Like, that's not safe.
for anyone.
No.
You might need to cut
Might
that.
have been like in general or aimed at someone. I don't know. No, I'm just kidding.
No, but that's why as
But,
a
like,
teacher,
it's
I don't believe in
frustrating, 'cause
homework.
I'd fully explain, and then it'd be like, and I'm like, hello, you're not listening? And like, it rages me.
Yeah.
So a few of the things I said not to do.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
yeah, if any schools are hiring, I won't be
No,
applying.
but so Lou Holtz is one of the best coaches ever at
Yeah.
Notre Dame. And he was not the best athlete. Like he really had to work. He didn't play a lot. He didn't do this and that. And sometimes like the best teachers or the best coaches are the ones where it didn't come easy.
Well, see, that's where I feel like I would be a good coach, because in that area, I did not come easy. I had
Yeah.
to work so hard, it was like I was not athletic.
The athletes that it just came easy, they don't understand what it's like to not get it.
Yes.
They're like, just kick it.
I like fully get that struggle because I struggled so much. I had to work my butt off for everything. So like in that, I'm so like motivational and like I get the struggle, but not
still
school.
Possible, but you're gonna have to
Yeah, and I like get how to motivate them because
that's what I'm at teaching.
Because I had to get motivated, and so like I get it and I know what to say, but like for school, I could never.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Mm-hmm. And he's like one of the winningest coaches ever, and he had a lisp too. Yeah. And he like really struggled from behind. Yeah. But he understand work ethic, so he trained them to be good humans. Yeah. Which in turn, if you train them to be good humans, they're going to be good athletes. Right. Because they're going to be their very best self. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I love that.
But that's why as a teacher I didn't give homework, because it's not good for the parents and kids to struggle. If they're struggling at school, a parent that wasn't there for instruction, doesn't understand the way I want it taught, is going to just frustrate them more. Then you fight. You know, that's why my parents always hired a tutor, because me and my parents, they didn't understand what I didn't understand. They would be like, what are you, stupid?
That's what we had a tutor forever. It's the best thing ever.
It would affect me more because now my parents think I'm stupid. Mm-hmm. And it's just like sucks. Oh, that vibration is different. But yeah.
Varsity Tutors is free. Have you guys seen that?
No, why would it be free? Where do they make it?
They have a Peoria funded.
Oh, that's
so cool.
Yeah. Is it?
Because the tutoring's expensive. It's no joke.
Oh my gosh.
Ken goes once a week, and her tutor's unbelievable, amazing. But yeah, it's like.
Well, it's really good for kids
I got those
that
feet
struggle.
pics to pay for it. No, and that was a joke again.
Oh my gosh. You guys, we don't want to do OnlyFans.
No, it was a joke. Oh
You
yeah,
don't
at the
understand.
auction.
Yeah,
the guy
it's like
called out. The auctioneer at the school auction was like, "Anyone listen to Holtorf's podcast? She's gonna be on the feet fetish website or something." And
in front of the whole. I wanted to die
now
in my
I feel like
seat.
I have to clarify to people, like, it was a joke. No
I don't want to be on
OnlyFans, no feet.
But I was just saying, I think what we talk about is what people are thinking.
It is not a big deal to have a foot. Yeah, it's a joke.
But like, did you not think about it? Like, if everything went to crap.
No.
Would you do OnlyFans if you only had to show your foot?
Feet.
I'm really just asking.
Yeah.
I'm really curious.
And don't make this a clip, but it can be on the podcast.
I don't think I could do it because it would send the wrong message to my kids.
But like, Katie and I were talking about it at Design Center, and she goes, "I would do it." And like, she's a Christian, like
I'm
the most Christian, like, you know, like.
And if it was only your feet, I'm not saying a little nip, you know. No. I'm not saying a nip.
That was free in college, but not now, not paid for. No, I'm just kidding. I'm totally kidding.
Is she kidding though?
I'm all.
She's just farting in jars and selling them.
Yeah. Oh wow, people do that.
That's like a whole.
Yeah, what's wrong with that?
That's what I'm saying. I'm being serious. If things went to heck, would you to keep your family in a house? I would.
100%.
If we were gonna lose our house, maybe.
There's way more worse things. 100%.
But as a parent, I don't know if I could say I have an OnlyFans.
No, and like I don't want.
But I'm not judging those that do.
No,
I
and
am
I
not
don't want
judging
my
if you
daughter
have
to
an
think
OnlyFans.
that like her value is placed in like
Her toes.
pictures of any body part.
Her toes and peanut butter.
Yeah.
Huh.
But I stand by it. We stood by it. But it was crazy that he brought that up at the auction, and we were all. It was a little like.
This is another thing in the 40s. I feel like I care a little less what people think, and for me, that's like big. I think the podcast has really helped me lean into that because I feel like we always say this, but I'm more like put my best self out when I first meet someone, and I always have this fear that when they get to know me, they won't like me as much. So I feel like this is really showing all the sides of me, and I feel like, if you don't like it, oh well. Because I care about being real more than I care about being right, just like Craig Rochelle says. But for real.
Yeah. I think that
now, if you could be more real,
this has been hard to navigate because you want to make it entertaining and be real. And we are entertaining naturally, I feel like. Or we thought we were entertaining naturally.
We
That's
think
why
each other is funny.
Yes.
Maybe for ourselves.
Yes,
but
for ourselves.
we think we're funny.
We think we're funny. And we think it's so fun.
And we think our relationship is different.
Oh, no. And so I feel like we were like, oh, let's do this. So what you didn't think about is how it would be received and how like things that you say are offensive and like not in with any bad intent. And so it makes me really sympathize with like celebrities that have like said bad things and then they get lit up. You know, I'm like, oh, that's hard because you don't mean to be, because we're all imperfect. And every single person on the planet has said something offensive. every single person.
But I think our best podcasts are where we put our imperfect out there.
Yeah.
I mean, the things I've talked about, especially in the beginning, because I didn't really think anyone was listening.
Yeah.
I do think about the fact that there's people listening now, and I don't like that, but then I'm like, oh well.
Yeah.
I really want to be real. Like, I'm not proud to be crying about my dad every week, but it's okay. Like, it's just normal.
Well, and I think we wanted to be real in the sense that sometimes we do make fun of ourselves and others. Not in a bad way, but in a fun way. And so, but then it's like, oh crap, that's not right. So it's hard. It's definitely different you don't think about that when you're going to start a podcast. Like, oh, everyone's going to think I'm a jerk, you know?
Yeah.
Jerky.
We're jerks that jerk around.
It still just sounds like we're all.
Oh.
Yeah.
So.
Mm-hmm. But I was going to say something else about that. I don't remember.
I don't either. But I will say the podcast I think it's helped people like me more.
Yeah, and I think people like me less. So no wonder you like it.
Yeah. I don't think they like
people
me less.
that have been so nice to me for years.
I think they just already like you.
I run into them and they're all, and I'm like, what the heck's going on
No.
there? And every time I'm like, it's the podcast, they said something.
No, I think they already liked you, so it's not a big shift.
No, they haven't been as nice. I've had some people be less nice. And I'm like, ooh, they thought I was a really good Christian, and now they think I'm a whore.
No.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
No, I think that no one liked me, and now they do. So it's like, because they're like, oh, she's not as mean as we thought.
Yeah, you want my real opinion?
Oh
Yeah.
my gosh,
Yeah,
it's Dana.
I love it.
Is it Dana?
What?
You didn't like me, and now you do.
No, not true. I always liked you.
I'm
But
wrong.
she likes you more now. She thought you were a bitch.
I like you more now.
Yeah.
I don't think you're a bitch ever. But
No, if I had a
Yeah.
nickel for every time someone said they like her more now.
Yeah. This
And then
is
they're
great.
all,
I
"But
should have
you."
started this 20 years ago. I'd have a lot more friends.
No.
I think it is. It's like people are getting to know you. So
Yeah.
They feel like they're like a part of, like they've always liked you. It's just you're now, they're like more involved in your life, so they feel like they can.
Yeah, because I'm not open
I do
or
love
nice.
that about the podcast. My friends that listen, I don't have to do that weird catch-up talk, but I do need to know what's going on in their life. Yeah. So like, but they're like, yeah, I heard, oh, you're struggling. Oh, that's work. You know,
Yeah.
you're quitting.
Yeah.
I'm quitting again, but I'm only going to quit for like a few days.
I'm not letting her quit.
I really am like this. I was going to bed last night. Yes, it's just been so crazy, and I feel like an idiot today. I told myself, you're not going to say anything negative. You're going to be positive today. 9 o'clock, I already was so negative before we started recording. But I feel like I used to be a very positive person. I don't know what happened. I got to get back to it, but
I still think you're positive. I think
no,
it comes,
not near like I used to
but
be.
I think that's it goes in waves in life. Like, yeah, sometimes I'm way more positive. Sometimes I'm more, I think when things happen that affect that, it can make you a little more, but it's good because it helps you understand people that maybe are more negative. Because when things start happening, it can affect your outlook.
It's not even like all the bad things, because my gosh, there's been a few. It's like this aura that I have right now. It's like not a positive aura. I'm not trying to be weird with aura.
Oh, you just got to work on that. Like
yeah, it's just like I don't know
vibe.
what is off, but something's off. I can't figure out.
You has been
Is off. Yeah, maybe that's it.
a hard year.
Yeah, like I'm just wake up and like, okay, let's battle. It's like every day. It's like a battlefield.
But that makes sense. Like maybe
Oh,
a single
it's like
mom
sucky.
that's going
Yes.
through a lot isn't Miss Positive, you know?
Totally. Because
That's
they're
what I
just
mean. It can
battling
help
through the
you
day.
exactly.
That's how I feel. I wake up and literally let's go. Like let's just,
Yeah.
There's not much to look forward to. That sounds stupid, but like it's
Yeah.
just a battlefield right now. And it's like I'm going to get hit with 10 dramas that I have to put out. But I like the adrenaline of that. That's true. I'm an adrenaline junkie. They say a lot of realtors are. Because it's like gambling, it's highs, low, highs, low, highs, low.
Yeah.
You know, that's why my mom said a lot of realtors gamble. A lot of realtors like to do like, because we're used to this like adrenaline and like ADD, whatever. You know, people like that, like this. I do like that, but I don't know. I just don't feel like I'm in control, and I'm a control freak. So like I got to figure out, like in the beginning of the year, like my goal was like those 4 P's, you know, pray, prioritize, plan, and be present. And then I feel like I haven't done any of those things. And I think a part of that is like your habits. I read that habits book last year, and it really helped me to focus on my habits. And my habits have been poor. Like I haven't been waking up as early. I haven't been like praying in the morning and doing a devotional like I normally do. But me and God, we're on like this weird trajectory right now. Like I said, it's so hard for me to go to church. I'm really trying to get there, but it's like so hard. I've never had it be so hard. But maybe people have felt like this that I haven't related to, where it's so hard. Like, and it's not just the emotion. It's like I think normally I really like, I don't know, it's just different. I can't explain it.
Yeah.
it's really hard. So last night I was going to go again. I was like, I really don't want to go. But I want to go, but I was so tired. I'm so tired. So maybe I'm just so tired.
Yeah.
That's part of it too. I don't know. And like dealing with my emotions, it's like I'm not really in the mood to cry or feel those things. There's something about the feelings.
I'm all welcome to my life. No.
Yeah. There's something about, I think when people go through
Now
hard
you
times.
can be nicer to me about my stone cold heart.
Yeah. Maybe that's it. I don't know. I know I'm going to feel a lot there.
Yeah.
And I'm like not in the mood.
Yeah.
So I have to like really push myself.
And see people and you're like
Yes.
maxed out.
I am maxed out with seeing people. Yes. And I don't like that because my habits, going to church really does help your week. Even if you don't believe in God, our church does help your week. You know, it just helps like kind of give advice on how to do things. So I feel like when you're not feeding yourself, you're not battling the right way. So I'm like on empty, but I'm not like,
you don't have the energy to do the things that'll make you feel better.
Yeah.
It's like when you know you should go to the gym and you'll feel better, but you can't get there.
I am working out, surprisingly, but I'm also doing that to clear my head. Like I'm doing, not like hard workouts, but I'm doing my bike, I'm doing my walks. I am doing that.
Right.
But like the habits of like getting up early, like I got up finally early again today, but that's just a thing for me. It works for me. I got to get up before the kids. I got to have my time in the morning to get my head right. And I haven't been doing that. And I haven't been going to church as much. We haven't been doing small group. It's crazy that when God's not the center of your life, I forgot to tithe. Like I never forget to tithe. Like God is just not the priority right now. That sounds bad, but I need to fix that.
Yeah.
But I'm having a hard time fixing it. I'm just like, I don't want to host a small group. I don't want to send a text and I don't want to be on. I don't want to be on. That's the root of it. I don't want to be on for people. Even the auction, that was like literally hard for me to get through.
Yeah.
And then I love everyone, but you know, people that know me know I'm not on. So then they're like, are you okay? You know, and I'm like,
I hate when people ask me if I'm okay.
I know, and they're doing it so nicely, but I'm, no.
But I don't
But I
wanna
am
talk
okay.
about it.
Like I'm a fighter, so I'm fine. I'm just not like jolly right now. You know? I just want to go night-night. Like a lot. I don't know. I don't feel like I have control of my day. I don't know how to get control.
One thing, what's one thing that you're not doing? Of the things you listed.
Well, I think the job is hard. There's a lot of things happen outside of our control. It's not a great job for like a control freak, maybe, you know, because
You don't have control.
there's so many things that are outside. So,
But I could do the devotional better.
Yeah.
And like,
I think your things you can do.
I think that when you're raised like a strong Christian, I think there's a lot of guilt that comes with that. Like a lot of my friends that we grew up in youth group and we were super strong. I also like have to give myself grace too. And like, that's a word that is super hard, but just because I'm not going to church every week doesn't mean I believe in God any less. Like God's my buddy. Like we talk all day. And like on my walks, I pray. I'm doing all that. I'm just not at church as much as I'd like to be. But like, again, like the baseball tournaments and stuff, it's just hard. And this weekend we had baseball all day and then we could have went to church and went to the auction, but I was so tired. But that shouldn't be the thing to give. I know that. That should be the thing. I could go to the auction. I could not go to the auction.
Right. It should have been church.
It should have been God first. But I also have to give myself grace as like, I'm not less of a Christian because I'm not making it to church. But
your quality of life will not be as good probably.
Well, and I feel like, I don't know about you guys, but with the kids, I feel like I have a magnifying glass on my life sometimes. And maybe I put too much pressure on myself to like be the best example. But I feel like my parents, we really was a priority. We went to church. It was like consistent. My parents didn't shove religion down my throat whatsoever. Not at all. And I think they nailed that. Like my brother and I are I feel like we both have pretty strong integrity. I feel like we're both leaders. I feel like we're both go-getters. And I feel like our faith has never really wavered. We both had times where it wavered big time, but outside those two periods, like they didn't waver. I feel like those are the areas they killed it, like with raising us. There's other areas that things could have been different, but those areas I try to like follow my parents' lead. Other areas I try to follow Kyle's parents' lead. Things that they did better, you know, like they were very family-centered. I was very friend-centered because my brother was 6 years older. So like it wasn't like our family all hung out. It was very like I was alone a lot. But, oh my gosh, Monica and I realized, so I'm an extrovert, introvert, and I really recharge alone. It's like a thing. And Kyle actually always wants to like recharge together.
Yeah.
And he gets mad when I get a minute. I need an hour alone, then I can give to Kyle. But I really recharge alone. I crave alone time. And Monica's like, I do too, but Monica was always alone because she was an only child.
Yeah.
And so was I, because my brother was out of the house.
Yeah.
So like when I had a hard day, I was alone. Like
Yeah.
I was so alone as a kid.
Yeah.
So that's why I recharge alone. It's just crazy how
Yeah.
these things.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my gosh, me too.
Yeah.
Like I was always alone. My parents were working. It wasn't bad. It was
Yeah.
just like I'm trained when I battle alone. And Kyle was always with all of his siblings and his family. They were like a big family, and his siblings
So
are
he's
also.
like, we're all together to recharge.
Yes. And it's funny, that's from your childhood. I'm like, oh yeah,
Yeah.
that's why I like to be alone. Because I like watch a show. That's what I would do. I'd go in my room, I'd watch a show, I would eat, and I would calm down.
Yeah.
It's just crazy. That's totally why I like to be alone.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. It's just hard. So I'm worried if I don't go to church every week, my kids won't go to church every week. Are they, and like Don Wilson's like chair talk.
Yeah, because I do think that's true. Like,
Yeah.
I think, like, I don't think you're wrong in thinking, like, I do think we're setting the example for
Yeah.
our kids.
Yeah. But then I'm like, sadly, I'm like, we're going to go to Guatemala soon and they're going to get a lot of God there and it's going to be great. And
Yeah.
it's going to change their life.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's not the best way to be, but it's just true.
Yeah, you're doing the best you can right now.
Yeah.
Well, and if you look back on your childhood, you don't remember a 6-month period of time.
Right.
It's all lumped together.
Yeah. And in high school with cheer and stuff, we didn't go to church as much.
Yeah, you skip.
We like skipped and it's fine. Like my parents, the faith at home was always so strong. Like my dad was such a good man in the way he led so much by example rather than words. Like he read the Bible every day. So that was one thing I'm trying to do. I do, I got it. 1 week, let's not cry about my dad. But I have his Bibles. I have his Bible and my mom's Bible because he couldn't carry his Bible anymore because it was so big. So he brought my mom's Bible.
Aww.
And he has all these notes in it. It's so cool. Like with his handwriting. And the faith aspect of my dad is one of the things I miss the most, especially with the world, like all these things. I would just be like, Dad, what does this mean? Dad, what does this mean? And he
Yeah.
knows the Bible like the back of his hand. But he wasn't a big preacher. He wasn't a big like,
Yeah.
him and I didn't have deep talks. Like my mom and I did more, but I took a lot from my dad without him talking. But he read the Bible every morning. I saw him read the Bible every morning. Like that's how he started his day. So I'm trying to do that. I
Yeah.
like have his Bible and I'm like, I'm going to go to this.
Yeah.
Where I want to go to my dad, I'm going to go to the Bible. But
That's good.
yeah. Yeah. But yeah, Monica like agrees on that her relationship with God has gotten stronger because her parents are gone.
Yeah.
So she's had to depend on that. And she's getting baptized.
Oh,
I think
she
I'm allowed to
is?
say. I'm so proud of her.
Oh, I'm so
Such a cool
excited.
thing.
Yeah.
So she decided, and like God's been really working on her. Like, how cool is that?
Oh, I'm so
In the
excited.
hardest 2 years of her life.
Yeah.
She's like, I don't know.
Oh, I'm so excited.
Isn't that so cool?
Yeah, that's amazing.
Yeah. 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 It's so funny though. In the hard things, I think you learn a lot. Like that's how I feel like right now. I feel like my priorities are being very shifted. That's why I want to quit my job, you know?
Yeah.
But I don't think that's the answer. I just want to be home so much more than I ever have.
Yeah.
I'm usually like a social girl.
Yeah.
I'm like, free weekend? Yes. Not like, what are we going to do? Let's plan.
Yeah.
You know? And like at nights, that was even last night. Braxton wanted to watch a show and I was so tired and I was like, I just want to stay home.
Yeah.
Turning into a real homebody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's okay though.
Yeah.
It's great.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. You know what's interesting though? When you raise kids, I think often we're so worried about this stage that it's funny. My parents actually got better. 14 to 25 was like some of their best parenting.
Yeah.
Some of my best examples and memories and things with my parents and like some of my best memories.
Yeah.
They so think you're
That's
done.
what Sherry said too. She's like, it's not done. Like it's going still.
Yeah, and
like
some
you
of-
put so much pressure. The 18, but it's like it
Some
keeps
of the
going.
best parenting was then, because they also like would drive by my house to make sure I was home. They didn't have like Life 360, but like to make sure boys weren't at my house. Like they didn't just like I move out and I'm on my own. Oh
Right.
no, they were like very involved.
Well, and statistically, I need to look up this fact, but I just heard recently that 45% of people from 18 to 28 still live at home right now. Like it's a shift.
It's such a
because of
shift financially.
Financially, and so everyone's like 18 years. Yeah, not.
Oh, you're right.
45% of the.
That's crazy. You're right. You have 20 years.
Well, it's crazy how expensive. I was talking with a friend and she's like, yeah, both me and my husband make over $100,000. And she's like, but if we got divorced, like we couldn't afford 2 houses.
No.
Like it's crazy.
$100,000 a year salary is the new $50,000.
Yeah.
Like
With how much? It's like costs went up, but income didn't go up. So it's like, what? Yeah.
crazy.
That's why
I don't understand.
OnlyFans might be an option for some of you.
And if it is, we're not judging.
No, but so many influencers. Do you ever have a moment where like, I wish I could be an influencer, not to talk to the camera, but just to, that's what you do all day.
Yeah.
Like but then you really think about it. Like even Dude Perfect, they have to plan these tricks and that like all their energy goes into what next cool thing can we do.
Well, and I feel like I try to post like real estate on my things so that people know that it's like my advertising or whatever. It's like, and it's so hard to remember. Like I showed houses for 50 times, never once took a video. Like it's so hard to remember to do things. And I'm like, I can imagine if that was my life. I had
All
to
day,
video
every day.
everything. I'd be the worst.
I know.
I'd be the worst influencer because I forget everything. I'd never do anything. And then I'm like, oh crap, I better post
I
this.
get so sucked in though. You know how your feed gets so weird? Like my Facebook feed, I think the older gen is more into the Facebook, you know? And there's this one girl, her name's like, have you guys seen her? She won't leave my feed now. Cecilia or Cecily. She is a mom. And like, it was weird. She has like 5 accounts because I keep seeing different accounts. I'm like, Cecilia is different.
No.
But her husband's a pastor. So she got me with the hook. Mom of 4 kids, morning routine before church. My husband's a pastor. You know, they like say who they are.
Yeah, yeah.
So I was like, what's her morning routine? And it's weird how many people's morning routine I'll watch. And she like wakes up and she's like, every morning. And she like gets her coffee and she puts Cool Whip on it. And I'll watch that video. I don't know why. I think it's the relatability. Like, what's her day look like versus mine of a mom of 4 kids getting ready for church?
See, and then on this side of it, I'm like, so she set up a tripod and then climbed back.
That's what I always think.
And then she's like sitting.
That's what I always think. I'm
That
like, this
is so interesting.
staged.
Because
Like,
I
who we
didn't
follow-
think about that at all.
Oh.
Which is like so weird. I bought into it. And then all of a sudden, she did something where I like saw and I went, wait a minute.
Oh, I think that all the time about you know who that we always
See,
say.
I don't.
And
I'm like the
this
idiot.
Is so staged. It's like because they'll be like playing with their kids, and I'm like, you set up a tripod to play
See,
with
and I
your
fell
kids.
for it.
And I'm like, this is so cheese. Like,
I fell for the
cringe,
whole thing.
Cheese, cringe. I don't know the words.
I fell for all of
Yes,
it. And I
I'm
watched
like-
all of it. Her making dinner, her talking to the camera, her kissing her husband. I got to show you her. And I fell for all of it.
Well, Fox says really cute things, and then I always want them on video because, like, I'll watch videos of Bear when he used to have his speech impediment, and it's so cute. So I'll literally pull out my phone, and I'm like, what'd you just say? And he's all, and I'm all, say what you just said, and it's so weird. I'm like, I can't imagine if this.
You're right, though. It is.
Oh, he
I'm all
said the-
smile. They're all, screw you, Mom.
Yeah, he
you know,
said
like,
the funniest thing last week. What was it? It was so funny, and he just says the funniest things, and I want to remember him, and so I'll be like, tell me what you just said, and he's all, and then he's like, what? And it's like so awkward. I'm like, how can anybody like set up and be like, with their kid? It's so weird.
Shirley, I love you. I hate watching that, but I do love watching remodels. I'll watch those for days.
I like
love a good
watching
before and
outfits.
after.
Yeah, I love.
See, I've never watched an outfit.
Oh, I'm watching outfits, swiping for days. You know.
Yeah, take me to the LTK.
Yeah.
What's an LT?
I
like
love
to
the
know.
LTK. Yeah, obsessed. Yeah.
Yeah, see, none of my feet is that.
Oh, that's so funny. Mine's that and vacations.
Yeah, see, no, mine's.
And now it's planes that fall out of the sky because I like was watching all the Boeing. So now it's like I know of every plane incident in the whole world, and it's horrible.
See, mine's all, I decided to change my life. I lost 100 pounds. Every minute. And I'm like, she did.
You're all, what'd she do?
And you know what's a big one for me right now? Crystal. Your like adrenaline hormone. What's it called? Cortisol. Like they're telling me to put my face in. Have you seen it? And I did it once. It felt great.
Like the spike, the adrenaline,
Yes.
all the cold
They're all,
plunging. It's not very good for you though. I've heard all the cold plunging.
Really?
Well, because it spikes your adrenaline, so that's why you feel good. Because it's like if you survive death, because your body goes into fight or flight. Well, it's not good to do that to
And
your
I'm like,
body.
maybe they're like, is your face puffy? I'm like, yes. You know, and it gets me. But I know I'm hooked into something stupid because I'm like, this lady's an idiot. But it's all, do it. And so one day I was all, you know. And then I was like, this is stupid. I don't want to put my face in cold water every day.
Well, I bought those stupid space shoes that I wore one time and you made fun of me and I'll never wear again. And I swiped on that.
Oh, yeah.
The New Balance.
Yeah.
They're cute. They just look different on her. She wears very like
Not-
Dana, you could wear them. I wear like bigger shoes too.
Yeah.
Like she just doesn't. She's not a very loud shoe girl.
No. So yeah, it was all.
So it was just like, whoa. It was like
I was walking on the moon, like
yeah, we just kept like You had a girl.
Yeah.
And right.
But like, yeah,
And
that
left.
was a swipe gone wrong. But I do swipe for days. Swipe.
See, I don't swipe up on
Hartman,
anything.
she had a cute vest on the other day. I'm like, I want to wear that vest this summer. So Target.
You know what I do?
I just go and look, see the price.
Oh, I buy it a lot.
Oh, yeah. See.
Oh, sometimes I'm not even gonna say it, it's stupid. I'll find the like to know it and then I'll search for it.
Oh, because you don't want to give them the commission?
That's funny.
There's just one.
If I don't like them, yeah. I'm like,
But that's stupid. That's mean. I'm gonna do better. I'm gonna be a better, more positive person.
Yeah.
But here's the thing with that. Just one more thing, then we're done with that.
And then
Sometimes
I
I
gotta
think
go.
you're meant to not be positive all the time.
that's what I was saying.
Oh, I
like,
didn't
it
get
just
that. That's
goes
what
in
you're saying.
ebbs and
yeah,
flows.
so I'm just trying to wear this because I'm like,
It's like without the unhappy, you don't know what happy
exactly.
is. So
and
it's
I'm not unhappy. It's just like a season.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of good things in it too. I just don't feel like being all.
Well, and yeah.
That's like fake to me.
Yeah.
I can't do that right now.
Yeah. I think that's very relatable, and there's a lot of people that aren't in a happy season. So it's good to not be happy all the time because that's not like sustainable or real.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just in a survival mode stage right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My cortisol is really high. But it is a lot of adrenaline. I think that's why I'm so tired. Like even our deals, they're so stressful that my adrenaline's up all day worrying and worrying and worrying and worrying. And I'm worrying and worrying. It's like not even like things I'm doing, it's the worrying. I'm worrying and worrying.
And that emotional fatigue causes all sorts of things.
Yeah,
Well,
a lot
I feel
of
like
worrying.
with certain jobs, you have to learn to kind of disassociate because the stress can be overwhelming.
I don't know how doctors do it.
Yeah, like if I could never operate on someone, like I'd be all, if this goes wrong, they're dead. Like that would just eat me alive.
Oh, 100%. But I need to like let go and let God. And I have been doing that more. I'm like, okay, well, I guess it's in your hands. And then he does show up. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I wish I would have let go a long time ago. Like it really was a better plan. It's just hard in the moment. Faith is hard to like know when something doesn't make sense that God's really working it out for his good.
Yeah.
So hard to let go. Especially when you're a controlling person like you. No, me too, me.
All right.
That's it. I don't know.
If you're really struggling, please reach out to a qualified professional, because that's not us,
We're just here to share our journey.
and to make you laugh
And cry.
and pick your nose.
And touch your boobs.